Every empire believes it will last forever until it doesn't. In English football, giants have risen and giants have fallen. Nottingham Forest once ruled Europe. Aston Villa, at some point, were kings of the continent. Everton were a powerhouse in England. Sunderland and Leeds carried glory in their blood. But where are they now? Mid-table, forgotten. Cities with proud histories, but no longer global forces. And now, Manchester United, yes, you heard me. United walks that same dangerous path. 13 years since their last league title. The longer the drought lasts, the more the world forgets. If this continues, United could become the next Forest, the next Villa, the next Sunderland, the next Everton. This is the story of how great clubs fall and how Manchester United may be repeating familiar history. Start with Nottingham Forest. In the late 70s, Brian Clough led them to back-to-back European Cups. Forest were giants. But today, a survival club celebrated mostly by their city and a few loyal fans abroad. Aston Villa were European champions in 1982. They boasted legends, won league titles, and filled Villa Park with hope. But when the winning stopped, global interest faded. Everton, with 9 league titles and a fierce rivalry with Liverpool, were once seen as equals. Now, more known for relegation battles than trophies. Sunderland were 6-time league champions. Yes, 6 times. They were once called the Bank of England club for their spending power in the 1950s. Today, they fight to stay afloat, remembered mainly by Weir's side. Leeds United, under Don Revie, were one of the most feared sides in Europe. Champions in 1992. By 2004, they were relegated, bankrupt, a shadow of themselves. Great clubs don't just disappear overnight. They decline slowly, quietly, until they're no longer relevant outside their own postcodes. The lesson is cruel but simple. Football is generational. Kids don't follow clubs because of their parents' stories. They follow what they see. When Forest stopped winning, the next generation chose Liverpool or United. When Villa slipped, kids turned to Arsenal or Chelsea. When Sunderland dropped, children turned to Newcastle. Liverpool themselves suffered during their 30-year drought without a league title. For an entire generation, they weren't winners. If Klopp hadn't revived them, they could still be in the wilderness. Manchester United thrived during that drought. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, they dominated the 90s and 2000s. Children from Tokyo to Los Angeles to Lagos to Malaysia wore United shirts because they saw Cantona, Beckham, Scholes, Giggs, Ronaldo, Rooney lifting trophies. Winning creates fans. Losing makes you invisible. Ask yourself when and why you are supporting the club you support now, and you will see my point. From 1992 to 2013, United were the empire. 13 league titles, 2 Champions Leagues, countless FA Cups. Ferguson didn't just build teams, he rebuilt them again and again.
5 FA Cups, 4 League Cups, 10 Charity Community Shields, 1 European Cup Winners' Cup, 1 European Super Cup, 2 Champions League titles, Intercontinental Cup, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, and 13 Premier League titles. The impossible dream made possible by the greatest British manager ever, Sir Alex Ferguson.
When Cantona retired, Beckham rose. When Beckham left, Ronaldo emerged. When Ronaldo departed, Rooney carried the load. It was relentless. Global fandom exploded. United weren't just England's team, they were the world's team. Ferguson left in 2013, and with him, the empire cracked.
First of all, it's a thank you to Manchester United, not just the directors, not just the medical staff, the coaching staff, the players, the supporters, it's all of you. You have been the most fantastic experience of my life. Thank you. I have been very fortunate. I've been able to manage some of the greatest players in the country, let alone Manchester United. And all of these players here today, and won a championship in a fantastic fashion. Well done to the players.
Since Ferguson's departure, United have stumbled like a once great boxer past his prime. David Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Erik ten Hag, and now Amram. Billions spent. Countless players bought. But the identity lost. One Europa League, a few cups, yes. But in 13 years, not a single league title, not a single Champions League final. For kids born in 2010, United are not winners. City dominate their city. Liverpool dominate their hearts. Arsenal excite with youth. Chelsea, even in chaos, still lift trophies. United? They're living off memories. History shows what happens if this continues. Forest never recovered their European dominance. Villa never reclaimed their European Cup glory. Everton's 9 titles are whispers from the past. Sunderland's 6 league wins sound like fiction to Gen Z fans. Leeds, once feared across Europe, spent 16 years out of the Premier League. Liverpool's drought shows that even the biggest can fade. Arsenal also has not won anything meaningful after Arsene Wenger. And here's the danger. If United go another 10 or 20 years without winning the league, today's teenagers will not see them as giants. They will see them the way we now see Villa or Everton, historic, proud, but irrelevant on the global stage. Ruben Amram, United's latest gamble, is both promise and risk. He is young, modern, and tactically sharp, but he is stubborn, very stubborn. His rigid 3-4-3 system worked at Sporting Lisbon. But in the Premier League, flexibility is survival. Great coaches adapt. Pep Guardiola tweaks every week. Klopp rebuilt Liverpool's pressing game. Xabi Alonso at Madrid adapts to players, not systems. No sane person does the same thing the same way and expects a different result. Amram stuck with 3 center-backs against a one-man attack side like Grimsby. That's not bravery. That's arrogance, or is it naivety? If United continue to waste years on stubborn experiments, they don't just lose games. They lose generations of fans. It doesn't seem like it now, but ask the 10-years-olds now which club they love, and let's see how many mention Manchester United. 3-4-3, 4-3-3, 4-4-2. None of these philosophies matters to the fans. There's only one philosophy that matters to fans, and that is winning. Look at Arsenal. Under Wenger, they were the Invincibles. But after 2004, no more titles. For nearly 2 decades, they became nearly men, and their global fan growth slowed. They remained respected, but not feared. Only now, with Arteta and what he has done in the last few years, do they look reborn. That's the fate awaiting United: respect, but not fear, unless change comes fast. Leeds United's story is the darkest warning. Champions in 1992, semi-finalists in the Champions League in 2001. By 2004, they were relegated. Why? Mismanagement, overspending, and short-term gambles. They vanished for 16 years. A whole generation forgot them. United should beware. Money alone doesn't guarantee survival at the top. Without strategy, even the richest clubs can collapse. The clock is ticking for Manchester United. Every year without a title is another year of lost fans in Asia, Africa, America. Every year without Europe's big nights is another year of fading relevance. If they reach 30 years without the league, like Liverpool once did, they will not be Manchester United the giant. They will be Manchester United the memory. Proud in Manchester, forgotten elsewhere. But redemption is possible. Liverpool came back under Klopp. Arsenal are rising again. Madrid reinvented themselves under new managers. United can too, but it requires leadership at the top, smart recruitment, and a manager who adapts, not a stubborn and arrogant one. No more nostalgia. No more stubbornness. No more myopic transactions. No more rigid philosophies. Winning is the only cure. And they must win soon or risk becoming the next Forest, the next Villa, the next Leeds, or the next Everton. So here we are, Manchester United, a club at the edge of history. Will they rise again or fade into the shadows of their own past? Will they create a new generation of fans or lose them forever? Greatness is not permanent. It is borrowed. And unless United find a way back to the top, the world 20 years from now may grow up asking, who were they? What do you think, United fans? Should Amram try something else at least for now?